two more. Do you know who you want it to be after Daniel Dubois?
Maybe it's Tyson Fury, maybe it's Anthony Joshua.
Tyson Fury, your friend who you call Greedy Belly.
Yeah.
He says he's retired, then he's not, then he's retired. Now he may be coming back.
Yes, I think it's not. Tyson Fury back in career, maybe we organization one more fight.
Would you have a trilogy?
No problem.
Usyk doesn't need to shout. His calm, steady voice says everything that needs to be said. This isn't a request for a trilogy. It's a declaration, delivered with quiet menace. The tone in his voice and the icy look in his eyes speak volumes. It's a warning, pure and simple. Tyson Fury may be laughing on social media, playing games, but Usyk's message is deadly serious.
In December and beat him. I'll reign all the belts I should never have lost. And then I'll fight the other, the dude.
Up in the clouds, Fury is already talking about reclaiming his belts, making plans for undisputed dominance, and spinning tales of redemption. But in all that talk, he's ignoring the most painful truth of all. Usyk already dismantled him. In their first meeting, that wasn't a lucky night. It was a master.
The victory, but I didn't take it out of the judge's hands, so I had left it to someone's opinion, and they went against me. So, am I going to cry about spilt milk? No. Have I cried about it at all? No, because it is the fact.
Usyk does what he always does. He finds a way. After he lost the 5th round, which was a big one for Fury, I turned to my son and said, "Watch what a guy who knows how to win does in the next round." My son looked at me, confused, and asked, "Dad,
Usyk does what he does. He does. You know, he finds a way to win." And I turned to my son. He lost the 5th round, Usyk. And it was a big round for Fury. I turned to my son and I said, watch what the guy who knows how to win. Watch what he does the next round. My son was like, "Dad, what?"
It was systematic, calculated destruction over 12 rounds. The kind of fight that doesn't just bruise your face, it bruises your ego, your pride, your legacy. The kind of arrogance Tyson's showing now doesn't win fights, it gets you humbled, all over again. While Fury is busy selling dreams to the public, Usyk is in some dark cold gym, sharpening the blade, perfecting his angles, drilling footwork, and running through the mental war one step at a time.
Tyson has said that he's ready to face Oleksandr Usyk for a 3rd time. Tyson took to social media to say, "I beat the 2 times and the world knows the truth. Anytime, any place. The UK next. 100,000 people." Just months after announcing his retirement, again, Tyson has made it clear that he's ready to return to boxing.
It's a chess game. He's already won once and he's planning to win it again, this time with even more authority. When they finally meet for the trilogy, all those dreams Fury's selling will be swallowed whole by a Ukrainian storm. And if you want a cold dose of reality, Teddy Atlas said it best. Usyk is one of those rare fighters who figures you out and then tears you apart, piece by piece. You might catch him slipping for a round or two, but by the next, he's already adapted already, one step ahead.
I always love a trilogy, and but I believe that Tyson Fury is coming a lot more serious in this fight. He's, he wants to win. Oleksandr Usyk now, I can't go against him. He hasn't lost yet, so he's a very positive and great fighter, and he moves well. So it really comes down to who's the better thinking at the time.
Teddy sees that Usyk is already downloading your patterns, solving the puzzle in real time. No panic, no ego, just cold, clinical adjustments. Teddy's seen greatness before, but with Usyk, it's on a different level. That's the difference between a champion and a legend in the making. Usyk has already proven he's on that legendary trajectory, evolving with every fight. But it doesn't stop there right on cue. Fury is back on social media, chest puffed out, talking loud, claiming he won both fights.
Smaller, but he seems quicker and faster. He throws good combinations as well. I don't know as far as who winning. I always say, man, may the best man win. Hopefully those guys get in the ring healthy and they get out of the ring healthy and give the world a great fight. It's good to see unification in the heavyweight division. It hasn't happened in a long time.
Twice according to him. But reality and the judges' scorecards tell a different story. This isn't confidence, it's damage control. It's a man trying to convince himself he wasn't outboxed, out-hot, and outclassed. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room when a fighter retires and unretires as often as Fury does. It stops being about love for the sport. It starts being about fear. Fear of what's waiting in the ring. Fear of Usyk.
Scary. Well, that's scary. Well, I do think now, I think this is caught up now as well. Right. So I think he's going to be a dangerous man against Usyk.
What's waiting for him in that ring? Usyk. And Usyk doesn't post cryptic rants. He doesn't need to. He prepares. He sharpens. And when he says, I'm ready. There's no need for bravado or any time, any place slogans. He just shows up and dismantles. Fury wants the trilogy fight in front of 100,000 fans in the UK. Fine. That's just 100,000 more witnesses to watch Usyk end this rivalry with cold, calculated brutality. Even heavyweight royalty is starting to weigh.
Gave him far too much time. He was either going to give him the right amount of time, which he didn't, or get him up when he should have got him up. And he did neither. He allowed him to have
What did the referee do? He gave him far too much time. He was supposed to either give him the proper count, which he didn't, or get him up when he should have. Instead, he did neither and gave him a lifeline. Lennox Lewis, one of the greatest to ever lace up gloves, puts it bluntly. This trilogy isn't about size or brute strength, it's about brains, ring IQ and mental sharpness under pressure. And when the fight inevitably reaches those critical moments, when the lights are brightest and the air is thick with tension, Usyk has the edge by a country mile. He's undefeated for a reason, and it's not just physical talent. It's his problem solving, his adaptability, and his ability to evolve round by round.
All right? He's not going to be easy. I don't care how you come off. He's a consummate professional. He's unique in that he'll bring the fight to you 1 minute, then the next minute,
movement and strategy. Lennox respects Fury's seriousness, sure, but seriousness doesn't win rounds, clarity under fire does. And when it comes to ring IQ, Usyk is playing chess while Fury is still learning the basics of checkers. In this mental war, Usyk already holds the high ground, and if you need another perspective, listen to Deontay Wilder, a man who knows both danger and defeat at the highest level. Wilder says it straight. Usyk may be smaller, sure, but he moves like lightning in a division full of slow giants.
People are dedicated to the sport. They're not consistent. Or I think the biggest factor is they're not confident in themselves, or they just ain't mentally prepared to be.
Lumbering tanks, that's what most heavyweights resemble. But Usyk doesn't need to be a juggernaut. He's a sniper. Timing, precision, accuracy, that's his game. While others in the division rely on sheer size and intimidation, Usyk breaks you down with speed, footwork, and crisp combinations that land with surgical consistency. Wilder's seen it. The boxing world has seen it. Usyk is redefining what it means to be a heavyweight champion. And yes, unification fights are great for boxing history, but this isn't just about putting belts together. This is about legacy. Usyk isn't just chasing titles, he's etching his name.
People don't actually appreciate like what he actually was. He was a monster. I want to be an original. I don't want to be a copy of Mike Tyson. I don't want to be a copy of George Foreman. Obviously, I don't blame
Usyk isn't just unifying titles, he's unifying eras. From cruiserweight dominance to heavyweight excellence, he's delivered masterclass performances every step of the way. Fury might be the next chapter, but Usyk's the one writing the book. Switching gears, Dave Allen, who knows a thing or two about heavyweight danger, calls Fury dangerous, and he's right, to a point. But danger doesn't equal dominance. Usyk has faced danger before. Bigger punches, longer reach, more devastating one-punch artists. And every single time he found a way to win. People like to say Fury's caught up, that he's a thinker now, but thinking isn't the same as executing.
Daniel Dubois to go down in British sporting folklore and to go and do the business, reverse that result.
Usyk isn't standing still, waiting for Fury to catch up. He's already operating on the next level. While Fury's working overtime trying to close the gap, Usyk is busy writing the next playbook. This isn't about how sharp you look in training camp. It's about who delivers when the lights hit and the pressure mounts. And Usyk doesn't just hold up under pressure, he takes over. Every time. But here's the twist. Floyd Mayweather, arguably the greatest defensive genius in boxing history, offered to help Fury. That's not just a friendly gesture, that's a red flag. You don't offer to help someone who's already dominating. You offer help when you see
he's
cracks.
on a roll. He's coming off of a massive win against AJ. Usyk's also on a massive roll, so I think that fight's going to come down to mindset.
Step in when you see holes, when you spot flaws. And Mayweather clearly saw what Usyk exposed: defensive lapses, shaky footwork, poor ring control under pressure. Let's not forget defense, timing, and ring generalship are Usyk's natural weapons. He doesn't need a crash course from anyone. He's already surgical in execution. Fury teaming up with Mayweather, good for him. But no short-term lessons can prepare you for the kind of warfare Usyk brings. You can't fix fundamental flaws overnight, not when the man across from you has spent years mastering the art of ring combat. AM's Ali Bashir, who helped shape Usyk during key stages of his development, said it best: Usyk is the consummate professional. He's not just hard to hit, he's impossible to predict. One round, he's pressing forward. The next, he's gliding away, making you miss and countering with sniper-like precision. Trying to prepare for Usyk is like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. There's no one-size-fits-all game plan. He shifts, evolves, reinvents. He can walk you down like a tank or slip punches like silk. It all depends on what the moment demands. You don't prepare for Usyk, you survive him if you're lucky. And as Mouses, another respected analyst, puts it, talent and dedication mean nothing if your mind isn't right. With Fury, we've seen the cracks, the retirements, the mood swings, the motivational lapses. Meanwhile, Usyk moves with the discipline and mindset of a soldier. Total focus, total commitment. He doesn't just train his body, he trains his mind to operate under extreme pressure. That's why he thrives when the stakes are highest. Championship rounds, war zones, bright lights, that's where Usyk comes alive. This trilogy won't come down to who punches harder. It will come down to who stays mentally locked in when everything's on the line. And there's no doubt that man is Oleksandr Usyk. He's not just prepared, he's mentally relentless. Here's something that might surprise you. Alex Krasser, Usyk's former promoter, recently pointed out that Usyk is 37. Most fighters at that age are in decline. Not Usyk. He's already sitting on the heavyweight throne. That's not a limitation, it's a statement. There's nowhere left to climb. He's already at the summit. Now it's about defending that territory with everything he's got. Age is just a number. Usyk's discipline, his training, his lifestyle, they've kept him operating like a 27-year-old with twice the experience. While younger heavyweights are still figuring out who they are, Usyk's focused on one thing. Legacy's a real danger. Lies not in fighters chasing glory, but in the man who's already tasted greatness and is determined to preserve it. That's an immovable force. Fury may be younger, but youth doesn't beat mastery. While Frank Warren, Fury's promoter, is still selling the fairy tale ending and hoping for Hollywood magic. This isn't Hollywood, it's the hurt business. Talking about reversing the result 4 years later against a smarter, sharper and even more dangerous Usyk isn't strategy, it's wishful thinking. While Warren's banking on sentiment, Usyk's working with cold, hard facts. He's faced tougher opponents, adapted to bigger threats, walked through fire and smiled. This isn't the same Usyk from 4 years ago. This is the evolved version. Smarter, faster, more lethal. Frank wants Dubois or Fury to rewrite history, but Usyk already wrote it in permanent ink, and that ink's dry. Let's not forget what Chris Eubank Jr. pointed out. It always comes down to mindset. Comparing Dubois, even this version of Fury, to Usyk is like comparing a pub crawl to a military campaign. Sure, Dubois beating AJ was impressive, but Usyk mastered AJ twice with skill, with grace, with total control. While others fight for fame, Usyk fights for something deeper: purpose, identity, national pride. His mindset isn't temporary, it's embedded, and that's what makes him so dangerous. He doesn't just prepare for the ring, he lives for it. He lives in it, breathes it. Mental toughness isn't about who talks louder, it's about who stays locked in when your legs are gone. Your mouth's full of blood, and your opponent is charging forward. That's when Usyk shines. Even promoter Eddie Hearn is hedging his bets when it comes to Dubois. Classic promoter talk. Maybe a puncher's chance. Anything can happen in heavyweight boxing, but deep down, Eddie knows this isn't 50-50th best, it's 70-30th, and that 70 belongs to the man who's already beaten giants, already stood on the sport's biggest stages, already proved it time and time again. Dubois might have power, youth and ambition, but stepping in with someone like Usyk requires more than potential. It takes presence, poise, and perfection. And Usyk, he's all three. Inactivity won't hurt him. If anything, it's made him fresher, hungrier. While promoters hype, Fury flexes on Instagram, and Dubois chases hope, Usyk is preparing the only way he knows how, like a cold, relentless technician. This trilogy isn't just a fight, it's the final chapter in a heavyweight war that will define an era. Oleksandr Usyk, the silent assassin, has already cracked the Gypsy King once with movement, angles, and mastery. This time, he's not just coming to box, he's coming to finish. Tyson Fury, unpredictable and towering, still believes in his greatness. But belief alone doesn't stop jabs, counters, and relentless Ukrainian pressure. If Fury locks in mentally, stays composed, and lands something massive, maybe, just maybe, he rewrites history. But if he comes in even one step off his best, Usyk will carve him apart, round by round, moment by moment, until there's no doubt left. This isn't about belts anymore, it's about legacy, immortality, one last war, one last shot at greatness. So who are you riding with, the calculated killer Usyk or the redemption-seeking Fury? Drop your take in the comments below.